Yeah. So one question I had from someone else, someone actually put this forward, was trying to find out whether it was more video and data. And I think from what you've said, it is more, cricket analysis does tend to be more data based than, or would you?
I think because there's so, like, if you think about it, there are so many possible scenarios from when the bowler's standing at the top of their mark, ready to run up and bowl.
Yeah.
There's only so much data can tell you about what could happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I could tell you this bowler bowls 50% of their balls on a good length. Okay. So do I just assume it's going to be a good length?
Yeah.
Like there's almost too many possibilities. So for a lot of the players just want video. So they just want ease of access video, which unfortunately I would say the database that we all code off, the players aren't really that used to it. So the analyst is the kind of gatekeeper for all the video. So if you're like, right, we're playing this player, I will send out the video clipped up, ready to go in a package over a WhatsApp group. Yeah. Because that's just easier for them. Yeah. And in terms of data, I would say data is more important for setting up objectives, KPIs, metrics. Yeah. What do we need to do to win? That's how I used a lot of data in terms of the pre-match stuff.
Yeah. So you mentioned earlier that like you use Tableau as a so were you self-taught, like how, because that kind of it's kind of a hot topic, and it's kind of something that is over the last few years is becoming more and more in football analysis, and people are wanting to learn it and understand how they can use it. So how did that come to you, and how do you find using that?
Yeah, good question. For me, Tableau has changed the game in terms of my analytics and the service that I give to the club. Yeah. First and foremost. So again, if I was a young analyst, doesn't matter what sport, learn Tableau. I don't know how to use Excel. In my opinion, guys that know how to do all that data visualization in Excel are geniuses, because Tableau makes it far easier in my head. Yeah. But yeah, I suppose Tableau is brilliant for cricket because every ball has a row in Excel. Yeah. So all I've got to do with Tableau is sort out the tags and the rows and the columns and everything. Yeah. In terms of how I learned about it, through my internship, Tableau was not a thing. With our coding software that we use, which is called Play Cricket Scorer Pro, they have a stats wizard inbuilt. And that's where everyone kind of starts. It's very easy. The software understands cricket. It knows that an over is 6 balls. It knows that a batsman is right and left-handed. It kind of knows the bare basics. So it's quite intuitive in that way. But it's limited to only so many games. It's limited to how good it looks. I wouldn't say it looks great. Like there's lots of viz stuff that you could add to it. Yeah. And there's lots of things that you can't filter through. So Tableau enables you to get a whole, I've got at the moment 5 years worth of ball data within Tableau. Yeah. And that's millions of rows of Excel spreadsheets that I can filter through in seconds. And so how I learned from it is I luckily had a friend at uni who did a placement and did his internship at Yorkshire and worked with a company called Performance Advantage. Yeah. And his eyes got open to Tableau, and he was like, mate, this is it. This is how we're going to change the game of cricket. Yeah. Proper sold me the dream, like Wolf of Wall Street kind of stuff. And luckily his company were working with Northamptonshire County Cricket Club to bring analysis up. And so I got trained through my friend, like it just all made sense. But yeah, if you can get the basics of Tableau, it's mind blowing how easy it is to visualize cricket data. And it's actually free if you've got a student email. So like you can get a year's for at least. And there's so many good videos out there on YouTube. Like it's just such a handy little skill. And I suppose also, like for me, if I ever did stop working in cricket, you can go to any sort of business and say, look, I've got these Tableau skills. Yeah. Like you're kind of hireable in so many ways.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, I 100% agree. And I think I would definitely say the same. Like if you are looking to get into analysis, learn them skills, even just the basics, just to get enough to get you by. And then you'll probably, when you get the basics, you will probably then just subconsciously go ahead and do more and kind of delve into it a bit more and trying to experiment yourself.
I think also like it's different. Like I was learning a bit of Tableau when I had my free license off my student email. With data sets I could try and get hold of on the internet. Like there are data sets out there. So if you're worried about not being able to find a data set, they're out there, and for different sports. And you just kind of, you get a little bit, but just kind of, and again, we're going back to that question, does coaching help my analysis? And it does, because I was so used to thinking about those questions as a coach. So I was just kind of being like my own coach. And I think that starts you. And, obviously, if you did land yourself a job or a placement or an internship in your sport of choice, it will enable you to be a bit more motivated and just get used to the terminology that people are using. What is the matchup if you're a batsman here, whatever. It's just start something, and then you never know where it could lead to.
100%.